Hi mate, are you looking to purchase a rowing machine? Of course you are. You clicked onto this video, didn't you? So today we're going to look at the Freeform R2000 and we're going to give you a full review on the full specs and everything, and I'm going to tell you why I think this is better than the Concept 2. Let's check it out. So the first thing you'll probably notice with the Freeform rower is that it kind of looks a lot like a Concept 2 rower, okay? That's because it's pretty much is, okay? It's pretty much a copy of the Concept 2 rower, and that's why it's so great, okay? So Concept 2s are great, and they've obviously found a way to reproduce something like a Concept 2 and something that feels like a Concept 2, but just a little bit cheaper, okay? So this is something I purchased through gymandfitness.com.au. So if you are looking to purchase a roll just like this, please check out the link below, okay? So let's get started with, so what's included in the box, okay? Nothing too exciting. It rocks up to your door from Gym and Fitness, and what we've got is obviously you just get your little guide, tells you how to build it. The only trouble I had with building this thing is getting this big connection to connect into the other connection there, okay? It was a bit of a, you had to get it into a bit of a hingy position. It took me a little while, almost drove me nuts, but once I got it in there, it was fantastic, okay? So let's just look at the hardware to start off with. So obviously everything's like very solid. It's very, you know, when you're sitting and using the roll, it does feel a lot like a Concept 2. In other words, like you couldn't fall off this thing, you couldn't break it. It's just, it just feels like it's going to last you forever, okay? It's just very well built and looks really nice with the branding that they've done here, and also the just the black coloring and stuff like that, okay? So let's just go look at what's included on this. So we've got the seat here. So I'm not exactly sure what these things are made out of, but it's made out of like a bit of a hard plastic or hard cushion. So it's got a little bit of give on there if I push my fingers on there, okay? So it's got a bit of an ergonomic design so that your butt fits in there nice and comfortable. Like any kind of rowing, your butt does fall asleep just a little bit. I mean, I've found this seat pretty good. As for the movement on here, this moves pretty well, pretty much like your normal rowing machine or your Concept 2. And then also you got where you put your feet in. So what we've got here, so you've just got the standard straps on left to right, whatnot. So these are just bolted in here. When you get this, you just basically use an Allen key type deal, and you know, it screws in there fine, quite easily. Okay, you can obviously adjust your feet from anywhere from 1 to 7 here. So I've usually got it on level 3, but my feet aren't hugely big, and I've found this no problems even using this barefoot, to be honest. So the handle got like a bit of a grippy rubber here, so like a hard rubber, okay, which looks a lot like the Concept 2. So you've even got the 3 prongs in there that you can use, you know, just for one hand if you're doing a pull or trying to scratch your nose while you're rowing. So, so what is good about this, what the Concept, this has over the Concept 2 in just the design a bit, is that you can put the handle up the top here, but you can also put the handle on the bottom there. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And then we've got on the very bottom here is the different levels on here. So this goes from level 1 all the way up to level 10. You can fold it up and it is quite easily storable, just like your Concept 2. What is probably the most different to the Concept 2 is actually just the electronics part of the rower. So if you're a little bit too used to the Concept 2, you might not like this electronics or the system that they put on here, but to be honest, you'll be fine. So if we get this started up, so you can see the screen there, so we click enter. Okay, so it usually does light up blue, yep, when you click down like that. So the first thing that you notice is obviously you got all the different things on there, the different measurements. So you got your stroke and then your frequency per minute. Then you've also got your time, distance / cycle, heart rate. You can plug a heart rate monitor into this. I believe a Polar one connects through to this. You've got your calories, watts, and also your paddle width, okay? So what happens is you've got this straight line here, which is kind of cool. So it gives you a bit of a visual of how hard you are rowing. So if I just give you an example, if I just pull here, just a little bit, see if it moves a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So what happens there, if you're doing a slow row speed, it's gonna jump up just a little bit. If it's medium, it jumps up to about there. And if you're doing a real big row, it goes up and down like so. As it goes for the different programs that you can use on here, personally, I don't really use much of them besides the interval timer on here. You can, what you can do is you can set targets on it, which is kind of cool. So you can set a distance, time, or calories program on here. So the way you do that, you can set a distance target here, so you can bump that up to whatever you want. And what happens there is it'll just count down till you hit the distance and beep, okay? So the other way you can do it, you can do a time, you can go in minutes, how much you wanna go for minutes. So you've also got the amount of calories here, you can bump that up to whatever, and then it counts down from the number of calories, okay? So the next thing that they've got is they've got this little game thing here, okay, which I haven't used too much, but from what I've read, in there is basically what you do is you try to hit the different targets on there. You get so many points if you hit this target and I haven't played around with too much, but it goes for 5 minutes. So they've got that game. Then they've also got the different intervals that you can do. So you can do 20 on or 10 seconds off. So you can just change how many cycles you do of that, okay? Or you do 10 seconds and 20 off. So you can also enter your own intervals. So the way you do that is you just go through here, select the amount of cycles that you're doing, go through there. You can select, change the work and rest period. So you want to do, 30 on and then 20 off. So enter that or whatever, goes through like that. And then the next thing is you just row and that starts up for you, okay? And what that does is it just counts down and that just beeps when you go to the different intervals and whatnot. The Concept 2 is a little bit different in what it shows, but to be honest, for what I've been doing, this has been more than enough than what I need just to do a bit of rowing with myself or with clients. So another cool thing that this includes with, which I believe they have on the new Concept 2s. What they have is a little phone holder, okay? So what this goes in here, so you pop it in the back right here on top here, and then you can chuck your phone right in the top. So while you're rowing, you can actually watch a movie or watch YouTube while you're doing, which has been incredibly handy, especially if you're doing 20, 30 minutes on this thing. As far as how the actual thing feels, I've been on Concept 2s and I'm no professional rower by any means or any stretch or anything like that, but I feel like it feels pretty much the same as each other. I've had other clients say that it does feel a little bit different, but I think that may be because it's actually a brand new rower. So let's just see how it works and see what it sounds like. So I'll keep the mic on here and see, just usually can just have a look at how it works and whatnot, okay? So there you go. So that's just at a normal pace. That's the sound that we're getting here with just the mic on my chest. Okay, so let's say if I pop it up a level, chuck it in there, go to a 10, and then just really go really hard. Let's see how loud it goes. Okay, so as you can hear there, it sounds pretty much like any normal row or Concept 2. I don't think that it feels any louder or any less loud than a normal rower or Concept 2. So when we're talking pros and cons between this rower and your Concept 2, there isn't really a huge difference. The only big difference between the two is the electronics panel, okay? So it still works like a rower, feels like a rower, built real hardy, just like a Concept 2. It's got everything you need to just do normal rowing and whatnot, or you can do some other stuff with the Concept 2. I think with the Concept 2, you can get the same panel in here on your phone or something like that. I think might have a bit more connectivity. But if you're just using this rower to basically do what I do, use it as warm up, do a bit of cardio in the morning, train some clients with you there. There's really no reason why this shouldn't just do the job for you. Okay, the only cons that I could say is, so your cons for the Freeform is that the electronics probably isn't as good as a Concept 2. The pros for it is that it's a lot cheaper than your Concept 2. Okay, so Concept 2 is going to set you back about $1,800, whereas your Freeform, I purchased it off gymandfitness.com.au for only $1,500 without shipping. In my personal opinion, I think that the Freeform will do just the same job, but at a cheaper price. If you found that this review helped you in any way possible, you can click on the affiliate link down below to gymandfitness.com.au where you can purchase this Freeform rower. I highly recommend this rower. I've been using it for the last couple months. It is fantastic. Go ahead, check it out, click on the link and see what you think. My name's Adam and I help you return to the gym and stay there.